Hi, and welcome to QuaranTEENS. We are here, and it's a talk with teenagers about the pandemic and everything that's going on. My name is Lauren Todd. I am a licensed counselor, and I will be the moderator. And we have a lovely panel of teenagers, beautiful young men and women who will be here to answer questions and just kind of have a talk about their feelings and thoughts of what's going on at this time. So right now I'm going to have everyone introduce themselves, and I'm going to go in the order that I see you. So I will start with Akil. Let us know who you are, your age, your grade, and your school.
Hello, I'm Akil. I'm 17 and I'm a junior at Cox Middle High School.
Okay, next, Sydney.
Hi, I'm Sydney. I'm 14. I'm a freshman at Central Cabarrus High School.
Okay, we're going to go right in the middle to Zion and Janiyah.
I'm Zion. I am a freshman at Baker, and I'm 15.
Hi, I'm Janiyah. I'm 18. I'm a senior at Baker, and I'll be attending Columbia College in Chicago, Illinois in the fall, and I'll be majoring in vocal performance.
Awesome. Next, we have Joey.
All right, hi, I'm Joe, and I'm 15, and I go to Kingdom Prep.
Okay, Sana.
Hi, I'm Sana. I'm 15. I'm a freshman at Timberview High School.
I'm Kevin. I'm a junior. I'm 16 at Timberview High School.
Awesome. Next, we have Sean.
I'm Sean Hunter from Apopka, Florida. I will be attending One University on a scholarship for football, and I'll be studying criminal justice.
Awesome. And last but not least, Sade.
I'm Sade Gaines. I'm 18, and I attend high school, and I will be attending Jackson State in the fall.
Awesome. So we have a good mix of freshmen and all the grades together, which I think is awesome. So we should get some good perspectives. Everybody be comfortable. We want an honest conversation because those that you're going to be helping or those that are watching will be able to identify with you more than you probably think. So my first question is, what are your thoughts regarding the pandemic and everything that is currently happening? And so when I say thoughts, I'm saying, what are your worries, if any, fears? Just, do you think it's a force? Do you think people are doing too much? Let me know how you feel about this time.
For me, it's kind of like bittersweet. So it's like, now that I'm in the house, it's like, okay, now you feel like you're really doing something and being productive. Because, you like when I was in high school, it was like track and word. And then after that, I'm kind of like, I don't want to do anything. I was like, this is allowing me to like focus on my future. But the one thing that I'm kind of worried about is, will I be actually attending my college? I don't want to do online work at all.
Because it's completely different, right? It's different when you have to go to school and it's kind of like, okay, I'm here. I really don't want to do the day-to-day same thing going. I want to sleep in sometimes. And it's okay when it first starts to maybe stay at home. It's like, okay, this is cool. But the more that time goes and this turns into this is what you have to do, it's a totally different story. Has your school said anything about if you're going to start on campus or not yet?
I haven't heard.
Okay. So it's still up in the air.
Yeah.
Got it. Thoughts from anyone else?
I know for me, I'm that type of kid who loves school.
Okay.
So it was, at first for me, it was like, I don't want to get away from school because I don't do good with that online learning. I'm really more of like an in-person class type thing.
Sure.
So the first 2 weeks, at least for North Carolina, it was perfectly fine. I was like, okay, it's like a 2-week break, kind of like a spring break type thing. And then once we heard that it was going to be continuing further, I was kind of like, I kind of miss, I'm that person, I like routine, so I miss waking up in the morning, going to school, going to soccer practice, or even going to soccer games, and then coming back home, eating dinner, going to bed, and do it all over again. So now it's kind of like I've created my own routine during quarantine, even though it's not the best, but I just missed that daily routine that I was so used to during school.
Okay. Anyone else? Your thoughts about what's going on right now?
I'm pretty excited, like, to be out of school and to have that break, but which, like Sade said, is kind of bittersweet because you miss, like, just interacting with people and now certain stuff that you look forward to doing, like going to the movies and stuff, you can't do anymore. But
okay,
I'm enjoying the time off.
I'm actually grateful for everything that's going on right now.
okay.
Just because before I felt like it was a lot of pressure because I'm a senior and I had a lot of stuff going on, trying to decide where I'm going to go to school, what do I want to major in, do I actually want to do this, work, church, home, like it was just a lot on me, and it was like God was giving me this time to actually like break and get everything together, preparing for my future for a longer amount of time.
Awesome. Anyone else? Okay. I'm sorry. Sure, go ahead.
One thing I was worried about was like coming in and not being able to play my fall season in my freshman year. Like, I don't want that whole season to be canceled because I lose a whole year of eligibility for no reason. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. So this is what I will say next. Give me one word to describe how you feel you're handling what's going on. If you have more than one, that's fine. But just one word. Would you say relaxed, intense, you're killing it? One word that says how being at home is for you. Let's do it that way.
Yeah.
You said stress, Sean?
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay.
I'd say rocky because it's like, okay, when I don't want to do anything, I don't have to. But when I want to do something, it's like, you don't have anywhere else to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll say contented, and that's because I'm glad. That's like another word for satisfied, for anyone who didn't know. I'm not like rushing to go back to school or anything, and I'm glad that I don't have to wake up earlier in the morning to like go to school, so I'm not rushing into anything.
Got it. Anyone else?
I say because I feel like there's much of a bigger workload that I have when I'm at home now because they think you can do more at home than you could at school.
Sure.
My word is irregular because I feel like you got stuff to do. I still got to do school, and then but when I'm done with school, I got the whole day. I'm just not used to having nothing to do the whole day. So.
Sure. Sydney or Zion, do you have a word?
Mine is very restful because I really sleep all day. Besides doing my schoolwork in the morning, I just sleep all day.
All day.
All day.
All day. Okay.
Every time we FaceTime her, I'm like, I sleep again.
Sleep.
And I'm sorry, so everyone is answered. I got everybody, right?
My word, I'll probably say satisfied.
Okay.
Because sleep as much as you want, like Zion said, but still got homework. But other than that, don't have to do too much.
Yeah, and my next question, Zion and Akil just kind of touched on it. But the rest of you, or if you guys want to expound some more, please feel free. Do you feel that some of the pressure that you had during school has been lifted? Do you feel it's been more intense since you're at home solely? And the reason I ask is a lot of people that I see, and even for the student that's in my house, I've given him a lot more grace. So usually when he would come home, I'd be like, you got to get this done. Let's go. And because we were so busy doing so many different things that I didn't really have room for him to kind of slack off. But now I'm like, you know what? We get it done. We get it done. If we don't, whatever. So do you guys feel that the pressure to get your work done has been intensified, or do you feel the pressure has been lifted?
For me, mine is still the same because my senior year, I only really had one class, and that was like AP English. So I had the whole day at school to do like any work I wanted, and I would be there till 6 o'clock because I had track. It was kind of like I always have time.
Okay.
I would say for me, the program that I have in school is kind of like we have just classwork and no homework really at all. So my day-to-day work is no more than 30 to 45 minutes. So like Zion said, I just sleep basically for the rest of the day or just watch TV shows. So I feel like it's been more relaxed because they can give us work, but it's not very like intense.
Okay. So I have a question for you. I know you're all at different schools. Are you giving all of your work at once and it said just completed by a certain date? Or is it each week you get whatever assignments are due?
Each week.
Each week?
Yeah, it's each week.
Mine's every day.
Akil, can you say that one more time? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I know. Like at my school, we give all our assignments on Monday, and they're all due by Sunday at 11:59. So we have the whole week to complete them.
Got it. And Joey, you said every day?
Yeah, mine is every day. Like they give us, we got class in the morning, and then they give us until 11:59 to turn it in.
So you're actually Zoom, is it what we're doing now? You're Zooming in?
Yeah, we got a Zoom for every class, and they 30 minutes, and we only got to do 4 though. But like my English teacher, she be giving us so much homework for no reason, and then none of the other teachers they don't really give us that much homework.
You know what? I've heard that from some other students who feel that their teachers are giving them even more work.
Yeah, because they feel like we can do more since we ain't got nothing else to do. But, yeah.
Okay. I see some heads nodding. So do other people agree? That's what's happening?
Oh, not for me.
Definitely.
Quick question, answer. Don't think too fast or too hard about it. Who's stressing you out more right now? Your teachers or your parents or guardian? Go.
Teachers.
Neither.
So I heard a mixture of both. And so when I think about those pressures, how are you handling the pressures of being at home? Because if you have siblings, if you have parents who are there who aren't still going out to work, that can be a lot. And I think sometimes that gets lost with people. And they think, like Joe said, oh, you don't have anything else to do, so you should be okay. But that's not necessarily true. And even if I don't have anywhere else to go, that doesn't mean I don't have anything else to do. And it doesn't mean I want to deal with you all day. So how are you guys dealing with the pressures, or not even pressure, just being around the people in your home more? I'll go that route.
Well, my pressure, I say I have more pressure from my parents just because I'm about to be a freshman in college. So, that's my mama. She's really on me, trying to make sure I have my stuff together, just in case I have to do have to go to Chicago. So, but then I have to remember, this is her first run, just like me. So she's nervous, just like me. So I have to, take a deep breath, okay, she has a point, but she might be doing it too much, but she has a point.
Got it. Anyone else? How are you dealing with your parents or the people in your home, your siblings, anyone that you're forced to interact with a little bit more right now?
For me, nothing has really changed because my dad still works and my brother works too. So it's like, it's still the same. Yes, and I'm pretty sure they like to have their break from me. So.
Breaks are good. Breaks are needed.
And like it helps that me and my brother, we would interact, but we don't sit each other's face. So whenever we want to be around each other, then we'll come and speak for like 10 minutes. And okay, bye.
That's good. Anyone else? No? Okay. Do you all feel the decisions made to cancel school when they were made was a good decision? Do you think it was done too quickly?
I think it was a good decision because, like, I know around here the cases for the coronavirus was like steadily growing up. So I was pretty sure that they were going to cancel school. So I agree with that decision.
Okay.
I agree with that decision too, because you never know like who the kids live with. So if the kid get it, then they live with somebody older that stay in their house. Then an older person may get it, and that could be deadly to older people. So.
I feel like it was a good idea to shut down all the schools whenever they did because, like, nobody really, wants to get sick, so you might as well stay at home. I feel like it was a good idea.
Sean, what do you feel? Do you feel it was a good decision to cancel when they did, or do you think they could have waited?
It was a good decision health-wise, but like for us seniors, we lost, grad dads. I don't know if some of y'all don't know what that is, but senior prom, senior Olympics, stuff like that, stuff we never get to do again.
And so that goes to my next question as well. Out of everything that's been canceled for the year, what are you guys missing the most?
Track and dance.
Yes, track.
Related people.
Okay,
Miss
I
my
heard
theater
track.
performances.
Did you say performance, Akil?
Yeah, my theater performances.
I heard track. I think I heard dance.
Mm-hmm. We were only able to play 2 games this season. And so I was on both varsity and JV, so it was kind of sad that I wasn't able to miss. But I know other people have, like Sean said, that seniors especially have missed out on things that were kind of memorable for high school.
Those seniors, talk to me. How are you feeling missing the prom, even homecoming? I don't know if people still do senior pranks. I don't know if you have a senior trip.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, how are you guys feeling about missing it?
Right now, it's like I try and like look on the brighter side, or not try and like focus on it too much. But at first, I was like complaining all day. I'm like, prom, like graduation or track, because we found out at track practice, y'all not gonna be at school for like a couple weeks, and we had a track meet that like Monday, and I'm like, this supposed to be my first track meet, and I was like kind of hurt, or just like I would just be looking at my brothers, and I'm like, y'all didn't even like school, and y'all got a graduation, and then so I was like kind of salty, but then now I'm like, okay, it's nothing you can do about it. So are you gonna keep on complaining or like do something else? So I'm just channeling my energy elsewhere instead of like focusing on that.
At the beginning, I wasn't tripping really at the beginning, just because school was overwhelming. And I was like, okay, no more school. All right, let's go on to college. Let's keep it moving. But now I bought my prom dress. I had ordered dresses for like honors day, and like when everything started coming in the mail, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
I can't do this. So it kind of hit my heart, later.
Sean, do you have anything to add?
I really don't care because I'm a freshman, so I still got 3 more years, and I get to have a graduation. So
Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing?
Seniors, Josiah.
well,
What I'll do is go to the senior, Sean.
Right.
Oh,
So I'm a freshman.
okay. No, some of them talked about how they missed their last senior year at sports. Like for me, football already was over with. So
Okay.
I was basically doing what I am now, coming home out of school. My job's still open, so I haven't stopped working. But yeah, not walking the stage, like having a virtual graduation, like what am I supposed to do with that?
So that brings up a good point. Well, two. For those who are in sports, or Akil, you're in performance arts, this is specifically for you, Akil, whatever shows or concerts you have coming up, are they going to postpone it? Do they just say, oh, it's done and over with? Like, what are they saying? And you too, Janiyah.
So originally, like the day of our very first performance, Strike the Musical, we got in the auditorium and the principal told us, "Hey, this is gonna be your last show because of everything that's going on." Because we had a case of the coronavirus across the street at elementary school, and so they were like, "We're gonna have to cancel it after the show." And so we got home after the show, and they were like, "We're gonna have one more show on Sunday for our judges, because we were performing for judges to be on this. It's like the Tony Award, but for high school theater."
Okay.
And then the night before, they canceled that as well, and they were like, "Well, everything's closing down. We won't have any performances or anything like that." So we're trying to do some things virtually, so we can still show people some of our show.
Okay.
For our musical, I know they were, because at first all they did was extend our spring break. So it wasn't like any, rules on only 10 people can be in a group, all the other stuff. So our instructor, he was trying to like record the show and then send it out to people to see if that was going to work. But after a while, like they just put it on hold. And then I know for my chorus ensembles, she was just like, "No, we're not going to have it," because it was just going to be too much to try to figure out how many people was going to be in the room, and yeah, it was just too much. So she just canceled it.
And so for those in sports who maybe didn't have their season yet, what was said? Is it just, has anyone showed any empathy? Any, we're really sorry, or are they just kind of going, well, can't do it, oh well? Is that
originally, it was only for like 2 weeks, and we weren't supposed to be in school. And so for soccer, they already give you like pre-game dates set in time till the end of the season. So in total, we only had missed in those 2 weeks 5 games, which is a lot because we only had 13, in our eyes at least. And so once they had continued to make the quarantine even longer, we were like, okay, so I guess we're just not anymore. Our coach had told us that it was just canceled entirely.
So, with all, nope, that is the wrong question. Hold on. Okay. During this time, how do you all feel that you have improved, or what have you improved about yourself?
Like, you mean like, what do we find out new about ourselves, or?
That's an improvement, so you can say that.
Yeah, I found out that I eat too much. I find myself in the kitchen. If I'm just bored, I just go in the kitchen, look in the refrigerator for nothing, and then I probably get something, and then I go back upstairs and play the game.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyone else?
Me too.
Who said that? Kevin, you too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to catch myself just going in the cabinet, just looking for snacks. I'm like, all right, I gotta chill out. But yeah, I try to do something active, like push-ups or something each day, just to keep my body going. Otherwise,
Right.
I'll get too stagnant and lazy.
Like stretching. That's something that I've been doing lately.
Good. Anyone else has been bit by the snack bug? Raise your hand. And it's easy to happen because I won't say we have nothing else to do, But we
just there, like if you see it, or if you like thinking about it, you ain't like, well, I'm gonna just go get something to eat, and then I just go do it.
And now I done ate like 10 fruit snacks in one day. I'm like, I'm like,
Sure. But with that, Kevin, you do push-ups. So now you stretch. Has anyone else found themselves working out more or trying to keep busy a different way to combat it?
So in March, I really wasn't good at like push-ups. Like I could like lift weights and do stuff like that, but just lifting my body, I wasn't good. So I could do like maybe 5 straight. But yeah.
Wait, in March or now?
And like March, like when I went to go visit my mom, and I was over there trying to do push-ups, I'm like, this is a shit. So what I started doing was, I'm like, you have all this time to work out. So what I will wake up, and each hour I'll do like 10 straight. So and then I think it was like the last week of March, like I was able to do 50 straight. So it's like now I just been like building my body up, still trying to like stay active because I don't have like weights or anything. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah, Zion, you raised your hand. What are you doing?
In my room, whenever I'm really bored and I'm not sleeping, I would just like look up like some workout YouTube video and just do it because I eat like a whole bunch. I used to eat at school a lot, but right now I'm noticing I eat like too much, and I'm putting on some pounds, so I gotta
Okay.
put the pounds off.
Akil, what are you doing? And if I'm just keeping you to one lane, and it's only because I heard performance art, so if it's something else that you're doing, please let me know. But what are you doing to keep your vocal prowess together?
Well, I know I recently started learning how to play the piano, so I can start playing and singing the piano. I've also been rehearsing for another musical because before all the Corona stuff happened, I got casted in Mamma Mia the musical at the Courthouse Theater downtown Concord. And I've just been, practicing, rehearsing my lines and the songs and everything, just trying to stay fresh so that when we get back, that I'm not behind, and so I don't have to catch up.
Awesome. Janiyah, what are you doing vocally?
Well, I have been like going on YouTube and looking up, trying to watch live shows. One thing I'm trying to work on is like my live vocally, and I have been slacking because of the end of the school year. I was so focused on my grades and everything, and my vocal, like I'll sing at church, but not really where I needed to be. So I was just on YouTube, trying to look up different runs, trying to different techniques, and we started seeing it more as a family more. So every Wednesday we'll go on live, sing, trying to work on our blending, so stuff like that.
Awesome. Sean, as an athlete, especially football, and Sydney, especially with soccer, because that's a lot of endurance that you need, how are you guys maintaining that?
So I get up in the mornings and I'll go in my front yard, my backyard. I have a ladder, I have a phone. I just run. But I go on campus in the first week of August, and we got a game 2 weeks from then. So I got to be ready. I don't really have a choice.
Yeah. And you say you just run?
Yeah, like around the neighborhood.
Teach me your ways, Sean. I need you.
I can't really teach. You just got to put on some music and just go.
Some good. So, okay, what kind of music? What gets you motivated?
That Roddy Ricch.
Yeah, Roddy Ricch will do it.
Okay, what else?
Who else I listen to? Young Boy. Who else? Raw Wave.
That doesn't make me start crying.
I was just
I like Tupac when I'm working out.
Tupac, okay.
I like to go old school.
Sydney, what are you doing to keep your stamina?
I know for me, I like routine, so it was kind of weird for me to not have a routine. So I know I have really bad allergies, so I don't go outside really at all. So I've been doing things at home. I know for soccer is more about like endurance, but also just skill. So I will every now and then, like around the house just be dribbling the ball.
Dang,
but
come
other
on,
than that,
Sid,
that's
'cause since again, I'm
what I
so
do.
glad this isn't live. Hold on.
Water break.
He was saying some good stuff, but I couldn't hear it all.
What happened now?
Sid, when she was just responding, it did the same thing that Akil was doing, so it would go out and kind of glitch in the middle.
Nicole's about to swap out her computer.
Okay. And then Sid, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm gonna have you do that again.
Okay.
That was a good.
I gotta go to my mom's computer, so it's gonna be like a couple minutes. Yeah.
Well, we all right. I have nothing but time.
Right. I'm about to go get this real quick.
Sid, what are you? Sorry, I'm sorry, Sade. I didn't realize you were gone. Okay. So, Sydney, what are you doing to maintain your endurance?
I know for me, I'm not good with not having a routine, so I kind of had to make my own routine again. So I know for soccer, it's about endurance, but it's mostly about like footwork and skill.
Okay.
So in my room, I have a soccer ball in my room. So I'll just do like little dribbling, or I'll even like put my water bottle down in certain places and dribble around it. It's just like little things that really do impact later on. And yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Good. You all have some good things going on to keep you going. So let's move on to another question. Without school happening, Sid, you said you are a fan of routine, but is anyone else making a routine for yourself to at least try to do something at set times each day, or are you guys kind of just winging it? Oh, Sean said I'm winging it out the gate.
For me, it's like it's not like a set time, but I know okay, you got to do these certain things today. So it'll be like writing for like getting my blog ready, or like reading a book. Something like that.
I have a routine, but it's definitely not a good routine, but I have one though.
Why do you say it's not a good routine?
Because it's like I get up and then we like do like this devotional thing at 9. So I get up and then 9 in the morning. I get up and then I basically just went to sleep, so it's really hard for me to get up.
Okay.
So I get up and then I eat breakfast and then I go back to sleep, and I don't wake up till around like 3 or so, and then I eat again and then I go back to sleep. So it's not really, it's a horrible routine, but it's a routine though.
That was me in 8th grade. I used to stay. Now I can't sleep.
And then our dad will make us go get lunches from our local school around like 12:30. So like it's just our routine is just messed up.
Okay. Anyone else? Are you keeping a routine, Joe?
All right, so I got school at 10, so I'll probably wake up at like 9:45, but I can't like get up right away. So I got like 2 alarms, and then usually I snooze them. Then when I finally get up, it'll be like, well, I got to do my school. Then I got a 50-minute break. Then I got my last class, and then I eat after my last class. Then I probably get in the shower, and then whatever. And then I just play the game for the rest of the day. Or if I get bored, then I binge watch some TV show on Netflix. And then, what else? Yeah, that's basically it. Cause it ain't nothing else to do. Or I do some push-ups just to pass by time.
So what hours are you in school?
From 10 to 11:30. That's like my first 3 classes. Then my last class start at 12:20.
So you're almost forced to have a routine. What about you, Akil?
For me, I don't really have a routine. It's like whenever I just wake up, that's when my day starts.
Okay.
But for classes, my classes are spread out throughout the day. So on Monday, and it's really just math that I have like a class for. All the other classes, they just put assignments online and we have to do them. But for math, I know we have classes every Monday and Thursday, and we have to wake up at like 10:30 and have our class, and she just talks to us for 30 minutes to see how we're doing, and that's about it.
Okay, so now Kevin.
It's not really a routine, but like I just wake up, do my business, do some homework, do some reading in there, and then probably be on my phone because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, I don't really have a routine. I just, whenever I know my homework is due, I do it probably like an hour before it's due. I don't really know. I don't really have a routine that much.
Okay. What things do you all look forward to returning to when this is all over?
Ooh.
Interacting with other people.
Say that again.
Interacting with other humans outside of my family.
Okay.
Yeah, just like walking around like a lot of people. Like, I don't know, I like being around a lot of people. Like, whether I'm talking to you or not, it's just being outside, not having to wear a mask, like simple stuff like that. I be at work and I'm in a mask and I'm just like, I can't breathe. Like, I miss just being able to breathe everything in without thinking about it sick. Or like, I want to go to the gym, to the mall, to the movies.
To eat. I want to go out to eat.
Restaurants. I just want to order food.
Right.
Yeah, because then it'd be cold, and they'd be like, I don't even really want it no more.
Yeah.
That's like the most irritating thing about this when you order something off like DoorDash or something, and then it already take like 50 minutes for them to give you your food, and then when you get it, it's cold. So
that is very fair, Joe. I agree. That's fair. Anyone else? What are you looking forward to, like, returning to?
Church. Cool. During the summer, I was supposed to be taking driver's ed just because of where my age is, but my mom, I actually just drove today. But she's been allowing me to drive around the neighborhood, so I'm excited to start that up so I can get my permit and the license.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I drive today, because I'm ready to start taking my mama's car, and yeah. That's it.
So now, were you gonna say something?
No, I'm just I want to start driving too.
Oh man, you too, Zaya. Okay.
Oh wow. 15-year-old kid.
Akil, what are you looking forward to?
Probably the football season, mainly since it's the closest thing coming up, and then next musical.
Yes. What's your next musical? You said Mamma Mia?
Well, that's my next musical for like outside of school, but for school next year, we don't know yet.
Okay. Mind you, I am obsessed with musicals, so I'm finding you all absolutely fascinating with the range of what you do. So I'm trying my best to be an appropriate moderator instead of going, tell me more, just tell me everything. Like, so I'm really trying, but I find you all fascinating. Sean, I know you're going to be starting college. New season coming up. Is that the only thing you're looking forward to, or something else?
I'm looking forward to, going out with my friends over the summer. This would actually be my first summer, like, to myself since freshman year. Because playing football is basically year-round. We had 1 week off in the summer, and it's right till camp. So this year, I actually have my summer, so
Yeah.
I can do stuff.
That would definitely be fun. So speaking of friends and being around people, when you're speaking to your friends, what are you noticing about their attitude about everything that's happening?
Man, they just be ready to see. They just be ready to like interact with me or like see other people. They bored, well, sick and bored of being in the house. So
Sure.
Yeah. As for my senior friends, everybody's like, bro, just give me my diploma. Just hand it over.
Yeah. Anyone else? What are your friends saying, doing? What's their attitude?
A lot of my friends, well, some of them, they're like, we're getting ready for college, or they're starting their own business. So it's like, we're all kind of distracted a little bit. But sometimes like we'll like talk about school. But other than that, we're still working.
And that can be helpful. Here's what I noticed. You guys can tell me if you agree or not. Through social media, your age group and those that are in school right now, high school specifically, are doing a lot of outside things. And so what I've seen is a lot of you all have tapped into either now you have time to start a business or start a blog, or you got really good at doing hair and you just used to do something a little bit, but now it's really like you've mastered it or you are mastering it. Would you agree that this time has been beneficial for your age group in that sense?
Yes.
I know for my friends, they've literally all my friends for some reason, which is kind of weird because it wasn't really planned, but they've all started YouTube channels. And so of course we've been supporting each other. And so since because we've always said, because my friends, we kind of got split up for high school. So I know in 8th grade, we always said like, hey, we're all going to like start a YouTube channel, things like that. And so it was kind of cool to like see everyone do it, even though it wasn't together. It was still cool to see everyone still do it, even though they, even now that we have the time to do it.
Sure. Anyone else agree, disagree?
Agree.
Agree.
It's like every time on my timeline, it's a new business popping up. I'm like,
Yeah, most definitely.
And I absolutely love it every time I see it. And I love that it's younger people doing it because you guys have so much insight and innovation that other people, other generations just may not tap into. So I think it is great. If you have something that you do, use this time to perfect it. Also use this time to perfect it. Okay, but I won't go on a rant with that. But if you guys are doing things, make sure that you're protecting what you're doing and that somebody else doesn't come and take it and then make money off of it. That's just my soapbox for you. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't have to do with the quarantine, but it kind of does. So, if there is a plus side to being at home during this time, what is a positive thing about being at home?
Waking up at whatever time you want to.
That's beautiful, isn't it, Sean?
What? Go to bed at 4.
I kid you not. The great thing and what has brought me probably the most joy is being able to turn off my alarm.
Must be nice.
Sorry, even just being snuggled up in my bed, it's just like I don't have to do anything right now. I don't want to.
Exactly.
I still be going to sleep at like 2, 3 in the morning, but then when I wake up, I'm like, I always regret it. Like I should have went to sleep earlier because I know I gotta wake up. But Fridays, I usually try to sleep in as long as I can. So then I wake up at like 1.
I hear anybody else. What's a positive about being at home?
I've started baking a lot more. Last week I made cupcakes. Me and my mom made this like apple crumble thing. And then I also made beignets like the week before. So I've been baking a lot more recently.
Sydney, you're speaking my love language because I enjoy all things that are sweet. That's awesome. Anybody else? What's a great thing about being home right now?
Mine is interacting like with my family, even though they do hit a nerve sometimes. But with our schedules, we really weren't seeing each other. Like we eat dinner at different times. With me and work, my dad at work, and then church and sports and everything else. Like we was barely seeing each other. So we have taken this time to actually like really, bond. And I'm going off to college, so I'm just trying to really.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, Janai, because we didn't realize, well, a lot of people didn't realize how busy we actually were until this time right now where we had no choice but to take a break. Then it all hits you and comes down at one time like, man, I'm not used to sitting still. I'm not used to getting proper rest. I'm not, you realize all of that later. So that's a very good point, especially for those who are involved in a lot of things. A lot of times we were just kind of passing the people in our own home.
Yes.
Anyone else? Okay. Go ahead, Sade.
Well, for me, like, I'm getting like ideas for like certain things to start in the future, and it's like now that I'm like, okay, I'm sitting in my bed now, the thoughts are like coming. Because before it was like I was kind of on like a strict schedule, but not really. Like at school, I would get out at like 12, but then I'll have the whole day to walk around the school and do stuff. But then after that, it's like I'm at school till like 6:30. And then by that time, it's like, okay, so like, well, like sometimes I'll have homework, or I just want to like lay down and not do anything or watch TV. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I got time to think about what is something that I can do, to be a help to like other people, or like the career paths that I want to go to, and what I don't like, what I do like. So it gives me that time.
Anyone else? Okay, so final question. Once this health threat is over, do you think it will change how you interact with others?
Like right away, yeah.
And how so, Sean?
Because like, even though like the quarantine's over, people could still have it, So you can't just like jump right back how things were before. That's gonna take time. But other than that,
right? And I'm sorry. I'm sure I'm probably still gonna be having a mask on and gloves, although we're still gonna be like in contact with each other because I'm gonna protect myself.
Yeah,
done it's brought awareness to how much or how many germs exist, correct? Things that we weren't even thinking about. At least to me, that's what it's done. It's made us more aware. So I completely understand that. I'm sorry, Joe, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, the first person I see and they start coughing, yeah, they got to back up because I'm not talking to them.
What if they have a cold, Joe?
Right.
Choking.
You won't know. I won't know. So just being safe.
The customers at my job, it's like you can't even cough anymore. Like everybody gonna be like, and I'm just like, they just people still cough.
That's a good point too, because I really feel sorry for people who have bad allergies, and this was the time of like sinus infections, and they would be sick anyway. Just generally sick. Somebody, hopefully everyone's chewing at least 50 times because you can't choke. If you do just a little, they'll think you have the plague. It's best to stay away from you and not reach out to help. So, what else, guys?
I know for here in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, they've opened up like beaches and, well, specifically like Georgia, but they've opened up beaches and things like that. And I think people are more conscious, but I just know for here, it's been like people haven't really been taking this quarantine thing really seriously. I know in North Carolina, it's not that bad. It's pretty good, but people even during the quarantine have still been going outside. So I think it's different for different places depending on like how bad it is. But I think that people here, they realize it, but I don't think they really like taking the time to think about like, hey, like this is like really serious for some places. But yeah.
Yeah, Florida don't take none serious. So.
Yeah.
Now, Sean, I was going to say it, but since you brought it up and you live there, I can agree.
Yeah, I work at Chipotle, so we'll have 60 people in line, don't care, standing like this close together. They don't.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a South thing. I don't know, but people don't have gloves. They don't have masks. I was just talking to my grandma. She lives near Wilmington. She said that someone just had a party with over 200 people and was inviting the public. and there was nobody who had masks, gloves. I'm like, yeah.
Let me tell you this, as a Midwest girl, not just the South. People in general are just completely disregarding.
Here.
But Janiyah, were you going to say something?
Oh, no, I was just agreeing, saying that we just had a car show like a couple weeks ago, and like hundreds of people were out there. Like they don't care.
I'm sorry, you said a car show?
Yeah, like they pulled out all their like old schools, and everyone was just together. You know, like people's not dying out here. Like they were just
awesome. That is just awesome. I said that last question was my last question, but I'm sorry because I thought of another one. So got to deal with me for a little bit longer, guys. Do you feel that you have taken people in your life for granted?
I don't necessarily say granted, but like, you know, you got to cherish the time with certain people. You know, I've lost friends and family this year. Actually, I just lost a friend a week and a half ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he was going on to play football at Louisville. He got shot.
Wow. And what I think the reason for my questioning is, with this not being able to be around others, it's like sometimes you don't realize, again, how used you are to seeing, even if it's someone that you didn't have a close relationship with. But if you were used to seeing your lunch lady every day, if you were used to seeing people like a certain cashier or something, and it's taking away, it kind of sets in, it hits different.
Or just being around the kids at my school. Like at first I was pretty much like a lot of people thought that I didn't go there anymore because if I was there I would be where all the seniors were in like the college and career center, and then like I didn't have to like speak to everybody, but just like being around them, like us just having random laughs and stuff like that. And I'm just like, dang, I really missed that, but I didn't think I would miss it until now.
Sure.
Yeah, I always tell my mom I miss going to school and just seeing my friends every day, making memories, laughing, things like that. You just, at least for me, I'm the type of person to keep school at school and home at home. So I've learned I actually have to kind of merge them together. 'Cause, yeah.
Mm-hmm. School friends, that's what I call them. I got a lot of those.
Yeah.
And I think it was hard on for us just because we didn't know our last day was our last day.
Right.
So we're all texting each other like, oh my gosh, you know, like, when are we going to see you? When I'm going to see you again? So, yes, you have to really make sure that we, you know, cherish the times that you have with everyone.
I just thought I was going on spring break.
Right.
Right. I know we'll be back in a couple weeks.
Yes.
Then a couple weekends. Oh, school canceled. I'm like, oh, okay. So nothing.
What I will do is have each of you give me your final thoughts. And that can be regarding what you are looking forward to, what you're experiencing right now. Talk to someone who is your peer. Give them a word of encouragement. Anything that you feel that you want to do. Okay, so I'm giving you, I'm pausing a bit so you can kind of figure out which way you want to go. But it does not have to be anything specific. It's whatever you feel that you want to say. Okay? We will start. Dun, dun, dun. Like you should see your faces. We will start with Sade.
Oh, I just knew it was gonna be me. Let's see. Something I'm looking forward to.
It can be something you're looking forward to. It can be another senior out there watching this and you want to encourage them. It could be anything.
Okay. I would encourage people to like really get to know themselves and like figure out what they like really want to do. Because I know for me, like I knew what I wanted to do, but I was like kind of like stalling or like pushing it away. Like, oh, I can do that in like a couple months. But I'm like, if God placed it on your heart, like then you might as well start then. Or you got, you know, all that energy and stuff like that. So don't waste time and don't think you're like too young to do something. So yeah, that's it.
That's good. Akil, what about you? Final thoughts.
Well, this is something I'm looking forward to. We're looking forward to going back to playing football, being with some of my best friends, and going back to performing on stage and just making people happy.
That's good. Zion?
I'm really looking forward to interacting with other people. And I feel like everybody just needs to start taking this very seriously, because the people that don't take it seriously and actually go out and do whatever they tell you not to do, they're complaining the most about having to be in the house. So you need to actually stay in the house and do what they're saying. And everybody that was like, I don't have time to do this, but I really want to do it, while everybody was busy and everybody could go out. They need to like really focus on it and actually do it now, because we have all the time in the world. We don't have anything else to do. So, you know, just really do what you always desired to do whenever you didn't have time for it, and now you have time.
Yeah.
Janaya?
I would just say, for all the seniors that's watching, remember that everything has a purpose. God is doing this for a reason. So we're going through this for a reason. Just remember to use this time wisely. Take this time to plan for your future. For me, I'm really planning what I want to do in college. Even if we do start online, what goals can I still accomplish even though I'm at home?
Nice. Sydney?
I think for me, I've just been excited just to go back to how things were normally. I was really excited to get back into soccer. I took a break, and I was kind of on a roll for like those 2 games that we had. So I'm really excited just to get back into doing something that I really love to do, and actually see a future doing it. So I think that's what I'm most excited for. Plus seeing friends.
Nice. Sean, what about you?
I think I want to say something to like the underclassmen. Like, you gotta cherish these 4 years. They're gonna go by so fast, man. I remember being a freshman, and then now I'm about to go off to college. Like, you really gotta, hold on to those friends, because some of them you're not gonna see at the high school. Some of them you're not gonna be friends with next year. You just gotta know who you is and just keep life moving.
Nice. Joe?
Well, Sean took what I was gonna say. I was gonna say cherish like the people, and like really like just like time is like valuable, and you can't get that back. So you should do what you feel like you should do, and like yeah.
That's good. Sanaa?
I'll say something I'm looking forward to. Really drill team tryouts, which would have been in April, but now it's going to be like through camera, I guess. And so I really need to not procrastinate and work on some things that I need to perfect. So when that time comes, I'm already ready to go.
Nice. Kevin?
I just say that, this won't last always, but, just use whatever free time that we have, just find your passion, do what you love to do.
Thank you all for those final thoughts. To be honest, a lot of you have taken what my final thoughts would have been, which is good, because that means that we're on the same page, which is always nice. But I would say for those who are watching, when we talked about a routine and having one, still give yourself some leeway, okay? So even if it's one thing that you make sure you do it every day just to kind of get some normalcy, do the one thing. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. You guys are doing a lot. It is not easy, contrary to some adults' belief, to be your age. It is not easy to be a student, and it is not easy to be a student who's now at home and everything is coming on them at one time. So allow yourself to, if you have a routine, even if it is not setting an alarm and getting up every day when you wake up, find something after that and make it something that's consistent. Because you don't want to have all of your boundaries gone and you're not using them for months at a time. And then when it's time to come back to, I personally don't think we're going to have, well, it won't be normal, what we knew to be normal. We're going to have a new normal. But by the time it comes back to having a new routine and doing things, going back to school and practices, it won't be as hard to adjust. Also, like one of you or a few of you mentioned, use this time for you. I am a component of total wellness, which is why the company I own is Comprehensive Wellness, because our wellness is everything. It is what we're eating. It is how we're sleeping. It's hygiene. It is how we're spending our money. And I want you guys to take this time to find some form of wellness. And May is a great month for that because May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. But find something that makes you well. Okay? And if for a day, it's I ate 10 packs of fruit snacks, let it be that for a day. Don't let it be like that for a week, because or a month. But if that's what it causes for the time, that's what it causes, and that's fine. For those who are going on to higher education, the rest of you are actually, you're learning skills that you're going to have to use not only in college, but if you don't choose to go to college and you choose a different route, you're going to need it in adulthood. So having a list of things and saying, I have to determine what has to get done, or like interact and go, well, now I want to take a break and watch TV, and I still have this list of things to do, but I'll get to it. These are skills that you're going to have when you get into work, completing your tasks, especially when you get to college. I loved college, but if you are not disciplined, college can kick your butt. Because what it's going to do is go, hey, here's your syllabus, bye. No one is going to be hounding you. So for those who are underclassmen, learn now how to have at least some sort of discipline. Some sort of discipline. Some people are procrastinators by nature. Me. But you have to find some way to pull it together. So now that you have this time, get to know yourself. Get to know what your weaknesses are and how you can improve them. And what you have that are strengths, continue to improve them. Okay, thank you all so much.
Thank you.
I am absolutely obsessed with you all because you are, whether you said a long list of things or maybe you said 2 words, what you said was impactful, what you said was insightful, and I think that you all will do great things. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Lauren.
Lauren.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
All right, man.